Well, yeah, let's do our best to get whatever we need to get across, so that people understand what whatever ideas you wanna present. Thank you first of all for being here and for giving us a chance to talk a little more about your work and the film, obviously, and also your different careers, because I suppose it's one of the many projects you probably have worked on, and so we maybe we should start there. Maybe we should just get first of all a feel of the path you went through in your cinema career, both of you, because you're both here, so we could.
So I must say that we have the chance to have Virginie, but unfortunately she needs to go very quickly. I just wanted her to be present because she is such a tremendous actress, a French-speaking actress, as we talked about. And she is one of our great Belgian actresses who is able to make people laugh. And she's really incredible comedy actress. So it was an honor for me to have her here.
It's an honor for me too.
And so she is the main actor. I will answer your question, because the comedy thing is because of we had a little problem with the hours. This meeting was at 3 p.m. That's comedy, and for us 3 p.m. was 2 p.m. at your place. So Virginie was there 1 hour ago. So I think she will need to go very fast to get back to her other shooting.
Yeah. Oh, okay. She left. You left shooting to come and be with us. We're sorry. I'm so sorry to hear that.
No, but that's comedy, you know.
Yeah. So they are probably now getting very angry. Everybody waiting for where is the actress? Where is the actress?
No, but it's such a pleasure to be part of your festival, and it's really a honor, of course. And so maybe Virginie, you can say a little hello to everybody.
Yeah, hello everybody. I'm sorry, my English it's a problem for me. Sorry, I understand, but I don't speak.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I have to congratulate you first of all for your interpretation of the role. It was very nice comedy, well-rounded, with all characters playing heavy parts, and you certainly were very touching in your manner of in your fight with your dad. And it's very interesting how you put in this film the perspective of this relationship daughter-father, which it's a very nice theme. A lot of people relate to that. I relate to that. I have a daughter, 16-year-old, and I already can feel now the pressure she's giving me, and So it's a theme that you can use all the time, but then one has to succeed in showing how this relationship can be strong, yet sometimes very very conflictual type of relationship. But behind there is always something very nice, and this is what we saw in the movie also. We were able to perceive that. But I didn't let you talk, so please tell us something.
Non, je disais que c'est ce que tu as voulu créer, et que voilà, justement, les relations, et trouver que la place de la comédie pour pouvoir avancer dans l'histoire.
Voilà.
You understand French?
Yes, I do. Yes, okay. I do.
You speak Belge?
I understand people from Belgium,
Ah,
but I don't speak it. Actually, it's an accent. It's a French with a funny accent and funny way to say certain numbers. Yeah, but besides that,
so maybe we can continue, both of us, and Virginie will go for her next rendezvous.
One question: are you working on a comedy again? In this?
Yes.
Okay. Well, okay. Well, it's nice to hear. Let's hope we'll see your coming work.
Yeah, she just finished a play, a theater in Paris for a while, and a big success there. And now she's on her next film.
Oh, wow. Well,
yeah.
That's not more.
Yeah, that's excellent. We need more comedians. We need more comedies, because that's how we can cheer up the world, and at the same time pass on very important messages, because it's a better way to pass on messages, to me, through comedy, when it's well done.
Dis-lui qu'on est bien d'accord qu'il faut beaucoup de comédie. Dis-lui, translate.
I do understand.
Ah, okay.
I do understand Shuya, as
Shuya.
And it's becoming also French. You know, Shuya. I hear a lot of French people say Shuya now.
Shuya.
Yeah, meaning a little bit in Moroccan.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, well, maybe we should let you go so that you don't feel.
Yes. Sorry.
Yeah.
Hey, thank you.
Yeah, thank you, and take care.
Bye-bye, Rabat.
Bye now. Good luck.
Thank you.
Bye.
See you tomorrow.
So.
Yeah, well, yeah, Virginia is still there. Yeah.
It was really a pleasure to work with such a. She is really human and such a great actress, and she is really funny. She's able she's very good in improvisation and put some elements upon
that are not on the script, but you know, she feels she needs to add, and then she adds, and it feels right. It feels right. You know, one thing that now that you've been talking, because I am also a director and producer. One thing we enjoy in comedy more than in any other genre. I'm just now thinking about it.
Yeah,
it just hit me. Is that not only at the end, if we are successful, we are very happy because we make people happy, we make people laugh. It's got the feel good with it, and at the same time humor, comedy, other things that make us
it's very true
laugh. But something that is also very interesting for us filmmakers is that we're having such fun making comedies, because when you're on a set in a comedy, you can't really be upset, and if you're upset, it's terrible for the movie. Because
but it depends on because the comedy is a serious matter when you want to build it, because it's a real technical, and it's a way of shooting that needs to be very precise in the work. So, and at the end of the day, if you don't have this when they play, when those actors are showing what they are doing, you have a big problem. So you better be prepared for that type of genre, because if you don't have the laugh, it becomes not a comedy but a drama for the director,
exactly,
the producer, and for all. So it's a challenge. Every day is a challenge to bring this this ability inside the story to have comedy. And it's not so easy because not all actors have the sense of that. Most of them are very good in drama, in emotions, in sadness, but laugh is another process. And you better be able to find out how the way to bring the laugh. And so sometimes it could be a bit tense when it doesn't work, and it could happen. So,
yeah, I agree with you. What I meant is when it is successful, when the process is just like you said earlier, where Virginie can even add on to the dialogue or to the gig or whatever, you know, situation, comedy situation she reads on the paper, and then she would have maybe just an expression, maybe just a reaction, and then you got it, and it's something that it's gold.
Yeah.
No?
And it's true that it's not so easy to read a comedy script, because a lot of things isn't really in the words, but aside the words, in the way of an actor will play that situation. Because if you take a drama actor or actress, you will have a problem to make laugh about the situation. You need to find the people who can add those little things, and suddenly the magic thing happens, is the laugh that comes. And it's true that it's a lot of fun to be on a set when it works. And we had so many
when you can make the magic happen. I mean, obviously, otherwise, it could be something very, very burdensome to not to laugh, not to get what you were expecting.
But I can tell you that this particular film was shot during the COVID period. I wanted, because everything stopped, all my other projects were put aside because of the lockdown, and because this COVID thing came back, and the lockdown, we had several lockdowns, and so everything was stuck. The film industry was stopped. And I decided to produce a film in a way that wasn't so often done. I decided to go for a quickie film, so independent production, and I wanted to be very fast. We did the whole stuff in 1 year, and I wanted really to have actors that was able to play with a script, but also with improvisation in it. So I decided to go for a casting of people that I knew and that was able to Virginie is a very good improvisateur, I don't know how to say in English. And so I went for that comedy in the very heart of the disease, on the COVID disease. So we shoot in 18 days that short, 80 days. So it was very short, and I have no time more because the actor wasn't free for a longer time. And the problem is that in the middle of that disease, we had on the set, we had 11 cases of COVID during the shooting. So I can tell you that we wasn't laughing every day, because it was really a big problem. My DOP, 2 days before the shooting, was positive. Then my main
so they had to quit the shooting. You had to replace them.
1 week out, 7 days. So can you believe that I began that film and had to stop to find another DOP 2 days before the shooting? And he was so involved, it was terrible. And then a few days later, my main actress, Bérangère McNeese, same thing, COVID. So I had to change the whole planning and the whole stuff. So it was something, it was not totally comedy when we were shooting. But it was such a human adventure. My whole team went together to let this thing happen. And so it's probably, you can feel in the film that energy. So it was shot also in the middle of the winter in Europe. So the days are very short. We began at 9 a.m. and stopped at 4 p.m. So it's a very short day.
Oh,
Most of the scene were shot outside. So
so, and you needed the daylight, as well. Well, it was, and just like, I mean, every film has some kind of challenge when you want to shoot, but this is a special challenge because of COVID and because of the season, shorter days, and then you planned it to be shot in 18 days, 3 weeks.
Yeah, because Virginie is a very busy actress. And she is very well known in Belgium. She's very famous and a very good because she's really incredible, a human. She came here for presenting herself, and I wanted her to be one of the character because she is the character who brings the comedy in the film.
Exactly.
She is the one that is not at the right place at the right moment.
Exactly.
And that brings the comedy because it's a drama. I would say that this film is a dramatical comedy. In fact, the story, the background of the story is universal. It's the story of the fighting between a father and a daughter. The daughter haven't seen her father for a while because the parents separate. She was in the past. She run out of the house, and because he will have a heart transplantation, she accepts to follow him in the ambulance to bring him to the hospital. That's the main story.
Exactly.
But in this ambulance, there is one woman that shouldn't be there because she's really not a professional, but she accepts to follow the man who is the driver of the ambulance because they are
they're in love or
in love, but she's not from this world, so she's totally out of the box there. So that's
exactly. And and she keeps doing things totally wrong, and
and so you can you have laughs and cry in the film. You have two elements that I like to work with.
Because the
drama and comedy together.
The film is very touching. How this father is trying to reconnect and can't find his way, and obviously his friend is helping him, but it doesn't seem to work, and then it works at one point, and it's the magic. It's very touching family film with it's a comedy, but at the same time
it's 4 actors in one. It's a road movie in an ambulance. It's a closed world. Sometimes you go out, but it's a square with 4 actors and a very simple story, but
but it works very well. It works very well, and I suppose it wasn't a big budget, which is good.
It was an extremely low budget, mostly produced by myself. So I can tell you that we have the support of the Belgian tax shelter, from a TV, VOO and BTV, and Proximus, which is a telephone
company.
And
you had the tax shelter
from the Belgian.
What does it mean? It means that you don't pay taxes, or
no? It means that the Belgium have a system that helps cinema. And what is tax shelter? It helps the people who wanted to invest in film. The money that they put in the film is partially immune of taxes. So it's a system that helps a lot our companies in the film industry to produce films. It's a very important part of that. When we introduced that system, the film industry in Belgium went up.
You mean the film went up in terms of number of films?
A number of film and also in capacity to produce them better because of the money that came.
And also, you mean the quality also went up with because of this?
I can say, but more you shoot, more the quality can
be better. You have more chance to make better films. Making more films, you make maybe more good films. This is it's a rule because it's in Morocco. We also have a system close to what they have in France, the advance on production, and but to tell you the truth, it doesn't. We have more films, but not necessarily better quality films. You know, because also that's also could be a problem because people run after the subvention or the advance more than after a good film. You know.
It's true that, you know, Belgium is a strange little country, but I think that it's the country in the world that have the biggest amount of film schools per inhabitant.
Really?
Yeah.
Some
you
people
have a
like
lot of them.
Like cinema and like working in cinema.
All your DOPs, sound engineers, editors, and all those. And also animation. Animation is a very big part of our industry.
Oh, yeah. We are, well, I know you also have comics on very famous for the bande dessinée, the French, the Belge bande dessinée. That so the image is important, and you are. I'm very today. This year we have two movies from Belgium, one a feature film and a short film, and the short film is someone who has come already 3 times. This is the 3rd time in the festival with short films that you know, very, very nicely done, and it seems that comedy is something people nurture maybe more than in other countries. I went to once to the Liège Comedy Festival, and I was able to sense that comedy is something important in Belgium.
You have a certain humor in Belgium that is specific in our country, and the actors are like Virginie, Benoît Poulvord. There are many actors who are really funny and able, Stéphane de Groot, and we have a lot of very interesting possibilities in that specific genre.
So tell me, who you wrote the script?
So so when I decided to go for that film very fast, we began, I think, in January 2002, and we rushed to
2012
no 2022.
No, 2020.
And I asked to the main character, Olivier Massard, who played the father.
The father,
He's a great actor in Belgium. He was one of the main in theater, but he hadn't had a main role in cinema. And I really wanted him to be able to play something. And because of this COVID, I went at his place and asked him if he would like to work with me. So we co-write the film, and I wanted him, the first step was I wanted him to become the main character of the film, so the father. And then we began, and I asked him, what do you want us to write, and so he spoke about an idea with a road movie. He wanted to go from Belgium to France. I said, no way, we stay in Belgium. So I say, look, why don't we use not a car, not a bus, but an ambulance? And that was the very beginning of this story. And then I wanted him to become a father of a girl, and we built the whole story from scratch. And at the end of the year, it was shot.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you wrote, co-wrote together, and then
yeah,
you know,
and then
you felt you had the good script, and then you just said, okay, let's
we had
shoot.
a script. It was not totally finished, but because I wanted to go very fast, I went to Virginie, who's a very famous actress, and she said, okay, because we knew each other before, okay, I will shoot that film, but I have 15 days at that moment. So I had to put all the limits everywhere. So we had to finish very quickly the script, and then we worked together. We make some repetition with the actors, and then we went inside and we did it. And I wanted also to make this test. Is it possible to shoot in those days a film that is able to go for the public in a very short time? Is it still possible to do that? I think it is now.
Yeah.
Demonstration.
You already had it have it in the movie theaters, or now you're in process of going to festivals before going to the movie theater?
I've been in some festivals. The film won several prizes already, so I'm happy for that. And the TV bought it also. The Belgian TV yet.
And
waiting a little bit.
Movie theaters.
I will have probably, but it's not signed yet. So we are still in negotiation for the distribution in the theaters. It's very difficult because after the COVID, the theater, the cinema were there were a few people inside those places, and so the distributor preferred to show the big American types of film that to fill the seats. But now it's becoming more normal, and the doors are open, and it's probably a better moment to find
to return to the because
the
movie theaters, the distribution, as a matter of fact, is changing a lot, and it seems like the tendency is to go towards blockbusters with maybe now sophisticated cinemas with effects, special effect thing, but at the same time, small movies, independent movies, etc. It seems like they have less space to.
It's totally true, and I can tell you that with my film, it's strange because people love the film, and probably it would work very well as a Belgian film, but the distributors are very afraid to put money in a film that has not a casting with main actors and things like that. So it's not so easy to.
Exactly, but the alternative now are all these platforms that are where one could maybe try to sell the rights and at least get a fair, decent return on the investment, because at the end of the day, you have to make a little money, otherwise nobody will follow you on the next project. But so is this your first feature, or you've done other feature films?
In some ways I've done, but not in the regular segment of the film. I've done many commercials. I've shot a few short movies. I've yes, I arrived to the feature film and fiction a bit late in my career. I spent years in theater also as a metteur en scène de théâtre also. So I was also directeur artistique de la Ligue d'improvisation belge. So
nice.
Yeah, I worked a lot with actors in different ways. And after a while, I decided to go for film and directing in cinema. And I did my film in Africa, Nawewe, which was a big hit because he won a lot of prizes, 28 prizes, and was nominated for the Oscars. So I had this chance to walk on the red carpet.
This is when was this? When did you make this film?
It was nominated in 2011 and shot in 2009.
Okay. And so it went in movie theaters for a year or more or less, and then it was selected.
Yeah, it made a round trip in several festivals. And my distributor, a French distributor for the film, said, you have to try to go for the Oscars with that film. And he was right, because I finished there. So
that's great.
He managed to let the film.
What was the film about? What was the film about?
It's also a bit particular. It's a bit like this one, but more dramatic, because it talks about the Burundi genocide. It's an episode of the Burundi genocide. I was the first director who shot in this country.
Yeah.
And, it was closed because of the war. There were a lot of people. It's a bit like Rwanda, but not as well known as the Rwanda genocide. It's the same as Hutu and Tutsi who were fighting together.
But in Burundi.
In Burundi, yes. Yeah. So very small country.
Yeah.
And we shot there. And the film with people incredible, because there was no professional there. So I had to build a whole team. I received money from the UNESCO to give some courses and lessons about cinema. I make a casting for the technical people, and we built a whole story around that. And it was.
It is a fiction, isn't it?
It's a fiction, yeah. And you laugh and you cry. With the same
with the same approach,
with the same approach,
laughter and tears.
Both of them bring you some larmes.
Exactly, some liquid on the face. So that's interesting. So obviously now you have experience with comedy, a lot of experience with comedy, and you choose comedy as a mean to express, I suppose.
You know, when I shot that film, there were many films about the genocide in Rwanda, many, and this film is a long story, and I have not enough time to talk really about, because it's an incredible story. But I shot that film with the people there, and I can tell you, when they talked to me about what happened there, it was just terrifying, terrifiant. What brought the comedy in that story is that you can keep the eyes open, and that because there is a irony. It's not the gag, it's not laugh for laugh, it's bringing in the terrible story that I'm telling, some kind of irony that give you the way to accept the situation as it is. So it's a way also to bring humanity, because comedy is about the fragility of people in the world that they live in. And because they are not totally at the right place and able to do what they want to do, suddenly something happens to them that is décalé, and then you are able to laugh and to bring this humanity, this fragility in what happens. And I like that. I think it's a good way to, and comedy and drama are very close together. They are not far one from each other.
Exactly.
But what you cannot do in comedy is to show the real suffering of the people. And in my film is what I talk about drama, but you never see exactly the moment when they suffer really, because suddenly you lose the
obviously there are some codes that you have to respect, not show you can show some kind of suffering, but it's acceptable to the viewer, the suffering that is usually not physical, but or it could be physical, but it has to be set in such a way that we accept
that you're in something that is not reality.
Not reality, so
you have to have a distance.
Exactly.
L'humour noir can be terrible with a lot of blood and things.
Exactly.
You have to bring and say in the beginning what you see there is make in a way that it is not totally real. Otherwise, you suffer with the people and you don't laugh.
Yeah, exactly. And then you quit comedy when this happens. A lot of not a lot, but I've seen some examples where the film makes this error, and then you lose the audience at one point if you introduce just one element that does not belong.
When I went there and I was making the casting, I went in the hills to find the people, because I shot with the real people from there. They were the main characters of my film, and I did the casting the moment they were stopping a bus and putting the people outside and ask them to stand there, and I asked them to do that. And then with those people, the old woman and all the people from this place, and so they began to do what they knew. So it was so violent. Even the old lady was thrown on the ground, and she was bleeding from her knees. And I say, stop. That's not what I want. I had to put a distance between that, what was reality, and what I have shot.
What you were trying to show in a manner that can be acceptable, because it is a comedy. Let's talk about one aspect that I found very interesting is music in your film, and the song, that beautiful song that he ends up singing to his daughter. Is that an original song?
Yeah.
So you had someone write it for the movie?
It's an interpretation of a French singer.
Well, I wasn't aware of that. So it is it's a reinterpretation of this French song, and it's very well done, and it's really gives a moment of emotion there. So this is also something that's very interesting in a comedy, how one can play with music to put more emphasis on certain aspects, emotional aspects, whether it's laughter or in this case, those warm feelings that the father has for the daughter.
The French singer who wrote that and sang that song is Serge Reggiani.
Ah, Serge Reggiani.
And my main character is coming from a region in Belgium where they were during the year 50s, a lot of Italian migrants. And Serge Reggiani is Italian also, migrant from France. So the father who is singing that song loved this singer, Serge Reggiani, because he's connected with his story. So and the name of the title of the song is Ma Fille. So he sings that song on purpose because he's doing that for her. Now I think that's the moment when suddenly you cry more. It's
when she realizes how she did not understand her father. I mean, she also realizes that her father is a different person from what she was.
It's the beginning of the change in her mind, and
exactly.
that suddenly things can reconnect.
Exactly. It's on very, very normal small things that one can reconnect with somebody else, and it's also her and knowing that her father liked to sing, and I think she wasn't really aware of that, so she was surprised. But then when she heard him, she understood how good he is, you know. And how
we want to be very moving with very small things in this story, but it's still comedy, and I think you laugh and you cry, and it's good emotion, because at the end of the film I think you have a feeling of something like a feel good.
Exactly.
And in the days today, I wanted to make a film that doesn't put you under the water, and it's time for some film. It's not easy today to show a film if you don't finish with a terrible drama. Even if you have a happy end, the film has to be really strong in a way of plombant, I would say in French. And here I wanted to open to something more hopeful.
More hopeful. And this is exactly what we get, the feeling we get from the movie after watching it. We come out light-hearted, and I think you succeeded in with your actors and in passing on this feeling, and this is very strong point that
I try to do that, because really I want some time to have other types of film. You know, in Europe for the moment, most of what you see, it's a bit always the same scenes. Of course, they are very important, but it's all the time, too often, very
harsh, very
recurrent, and hard, and I wanted to do something universal, because I think the relation between a father and a daughter is something, it's a good theme, and you have other under layers with art and other elements, the relation between a father that is still in his condition and the daughter who, because she went out of the family, climbed up. She's a woman who is in the world of art, and she's doing her way in an independent way. So it's a strange relation between those two.
Because they have to relearn how to discover each one, and then so that they could start give themselves a new chance to to connect. And this is and also it's a nice movie about friendship, because
it's exactly that.
Yeah.
And about friendship and lie also.
Yeah, well.
Can you rebuild a relationship on a lie? I don't say more than that, but it's one of the theme.
Yeah. It's true that but you know, and that shows also how friends can be that close, so that they may decide to
We won't say exactly what.
Exactly. And it just, and it tells us how and it's something also that a lot of people now are missing, or don't know, how friendship between two men can be very strong, you know, can put you to do things that you would not expect to do. And that was a nice also message that the film is conveying through this relationship, where well, we understand, because it's you know, using dramatic irony to tell us, okay, here's what's happening between these two guys, but and it works very well. So what are you working on now? You have a
European African film.
Okay.
It's called Chaleur sans frontières.
Chaleur sans frontières. And you say African, you mean which country in Africa?
It's somewhere in Africa. It's not totally precise, because there is a political dimension. It's a comedy, of course. Also, we will try to be very touching with that, human and vibrant with that film. And it's the story of the first ONG that comes from Africa to save Europe from the crisis.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
So it's, yeah, that's interesting. Meaning something happened in Europe and they came to help.
It's more complicated than that, but it's the idea. It's a way to talk about what is exactly la bonne conscience. You have many little stories that speaks about the relation between the two continents and Occident, Africa, and we will shoot that film with a very nice casting. Claudia Tagbo in it, which is a French comedy actress, well known. I have Isaka Sawadogo, a very good actor from Burkina. And many others, really. But it's still a work in process. It's like every time not easy to finance, but we are on the way, and I hope we will have some serious possibility to shoot in beginning of next year.
Okay, so you
need some money.
So you're now trying to raise a little more money so that you could start the shooting. That's very interesting. Well,
I really hope I will shoot it soon, because I'm sure that it's a nice story, very, very touching, and
if it's a comedy, you definitely need to again think of our festival to
I will
submit to it, and because we like comedies, original comedies, and this sounds like a very original comedy.
I think in Africa this film will be a big hit. I'm sure.
Because there is today a feeling that enough to take us as people, we could also do for you things, just like you think you do things for us.
Exactly.
This
Yeah,
this
of
feeling
course.
is going across Africa, all Africa.
And it will happen, I can tell you.
So
When I was in Burundi, and those people had no idea about film, how to make them. Some of them, of course, yes, but most of them were really still in the end of this terrible war and busy with that for 12 years. No school were running safely, and so no film school, of course. Some and the way they worked and they wanted to, and it was incredible. I was really so pleased to have this relation, and many of them are now working around the world with
with the
even in 3D, not only in film.
Because they're talented people. They just need a push to get to get on the horse, and then they'll manage. That's very nice to be able to collaborate on such project where you not only make a nice film, but you also help talent emerge.
That was one of the part. It was a short movie, so not. But what it happens, because this country was closed, was really something that was interesting to share.
And you've never worked in Morocco, have you?
Yeah, I've shot some commercial, but very, I did it because they asked me to come, but the film wasn't very interesting. I don't want me to I cannot show you it because I don't have it, but it was something like Ariel or something like that. You see, it was not very interesting. But I shot, and it was, and I must say, I had a very good experience. Really, the people were so involved also, and it was a nice shooting, not very interesting because it was a commercial, but it was very interesting.
Where was this taking place? Casablanca?
It was in Casablanca.
Casablanca, that's where most of the commercial businesses. Well, that's great. That's great to have you come to Morocco and
so I shot with some teams, and I don't remember her name, but the actresses who was on that shooting was a very famous lady from Ukraine. I don't remember her name because it was a long time ago. It was around the year 2000 and more than 20 years ago.
So one of the because when you want to shoot soap advertisements, you need to have a face that everybody knows, and they usually bring in someone who's
a very respected actresses.
So that everybody knows her and everybody can appreciate the message. Well, that's wonderful to have you today. We almost our time is almost up. I hope that your film will have all the success you expect for it, whether with the audience or with the festivals. And the best luck to your film here in Morocco with our jury. Hopefully they will appreciate it just like we did appreciate it when we were selecting the films, and hopefully you'll be able to send us more comedy and maybe come to Morocco, shoot something. I don't know if the occasion presents itself, but we'll be delighted to see you and talk some more about comedy, the power and the magic of comedy.
It's a great genre.
Exactly. We are big believers in this genre and how this genre should today have the support, because this is something else besides the festivals who don't give it much space. The public money doesn't go to comedy. They tell you, you can make money, you don't need money, drama needs money, you don't need money, when in fact comedy needs also money. But at least with comedy you have a bigger audience. If you make a good comedy, you have much bigger audience,
every time a good comedy comes out, it's La Grande Vadrouille was the first one. Then you have Les Intouchables.
Les Intouchables, Les Ch'tis,
all of them were the big Trois Hommes et un Couffin.
Exactly, Trois Hommes et un Couffin. Yeah, it worked tremendously. And then all the Pierre Richard series.
All those. Of course.
Funès series. You know, all these movies that stay with us all our life. You know, they're some scenes are so funny that you can never forget them. You know, so it's very important to talk about that and defend the comedy in the world. Defend this genre by showing that it is furthermore a very cinematic genre. It's not that because it's comedy we will do anything. No, things are done in a way that it's nice to the eyes, nice to the ears. It's you know, it brings those emotions. It brings the feel-good feelings. That you know, all these things are very important. So it means that it's cinema. It's not something else. Yeah. Well, thank you again. I
thank you for the
let you go, and let's hope we'll stay in touch, inshallah,
sure.
Whenever we can. Thank you again. Thank you so much.
Goodbye, and have a nice festival.
Same. Thank you very much.